joined as promised by our special guest, Iris Knightley. Hi, Iris. Thanks for joining the show.
Hi, it's very nice to meet you guys. Thank you so much.
Nice to meet you.
We're thrilled to have you on the show.
Yeah. We told our viewers that you are the author now of a book called The Three Brotherteers. Can you go back and tell us how that tale kind of started and the inspiration?
Yeah, so in 2008, I started to write down my ideas and stories. I would just watch my children just play together, and I was just simply amazed at how my children would play with their older brother who has autism, and they don't see the label of disabled or autistic or special needs or different. They see their brother for who he is, and that truly inspired me to write The Three Brotherteers, which is a little twist on the Three Musketeers.
So tell us about your children and their ages and tell us about the three kids.
I have three boys. My oldest son, who's autistic, is Barris. He's 10 years old. My second son is Kensington, which is 9. And my last third son is Zachary, who is 6 years old.
And Barrett is nonverbal?
Barris is nonverbal, and he's unable to read or write. And he's been making some great progress recently. So now we're starting to get little sentences, a little more of a, hi, mom, hi, I love you. And I'm like, oh my gosh, amazing.
That is amazing. Well, you're certainly a beautiful family. I mean, we look at the pictures of all of you, and you're just stunning. The happiness exudes off of the photo, doesn't it?
It definitely does.
And this story, though, you started this back in 2011?
Yes.
And so at what point did you really, because a lot of people feel like they have something to say. At what point did you say, I've got to do something with this? It can't just sit on the shelf and draw dust. What made you go, I got to get this out to the people?
I noticed when I would go to the parks with my children, whether it was outings to the grocery store, I noticed that children would just stare at my child. Barris has a tendency when he's overstimulated to jump up and down, flap his hands, make certain noises, and children would just stare. Or they would come up to him and try to talk to him because he's nonverbal, and because he wouldn't respond, they would just kind of like walk away and not try to interact. And I felt like seeing my children and how they don't see the difference, I really wanted to put something out there to show that they're just like anyone else, a little different, but just like anyone else, and that little difference makes them just that much more special. So I just felt like, it's really time to really just show that social inclusion and awareness is just so important, even more nowadays.
Absolutely.
So you went home and you started writing this book.
I did. My kids love pretend dressing up and fighting, and we like to read a lot. So I would do a little summary of the Three Musketeers, and they loved it, and they would have their own little adventures here. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do a tale on the Three Brotherteers and really show the way my children play and how they include their older brother despite his difference, and really just show that how social inclusion is just naturally embraced, and that children with autism are just wonderful, just like any other child.
And you did a Kickstarter to get the funding. I just think you're really clever, Iris, And you did a Kickstarter to get the funding to be able to publish the book. And the book, you got your money. The book is now available as of about a week ago. Is that correct?
Yes. So we did the Kickstarter account just to kind of really kick off and really just reach out to parents who have a child with special needs and not just specifically autism, and just say, I have a cause, and I have a story, and I really just wanted to show that there's just so much more to it. So so the book is available as of a week ago off of now Amazon Kindle, and now hardback and paperback. So I'm really excited.
That's really wonderful. So where do people go to get it in the hardback?
You can go on my website at www.irisknightley.com, or you can also find it on Amazon, and I believe it's available on Barnes & Noble as well.
Okay. And there is a charity portion of this.
Yes, there is. Tell us about the charity aspect of this.
So I partnered with Good Dog Autism, which is a nonprofit organization based in San Diego that helps families who have children with autism find a service dog companion. And my son also has a service dog, Milo, which is also a part of the storyline. And I really know the benefits of what a service dog and the difference a service dog can make in a child's life.
So
So I really wanted to partner with a nonprofit who I can personally associate and vouch for as with my son's personal experiences.
So
And
this is the foundation that you worked with your son to get a service dog?
they are not. The foundation that I got my son's service dog from is no longer running anymore. So
Okay.
we had done some research, and I was looking through different websites, and I just really love the message that Good Dog Autism has. And Laura Sylvester, who is the owner, or the one who runs the organization, also has a son on the spectrum. And there was just so many connections between she and I that I knew that her nonprofit just had everything that I believe and wanted to support. And on the back of the book, it also shows that I'm partnering with Good Dog, and for every book sold, a portion of the proceeds will give back to that foundation to help other families who are trying to have a service dog for their child.
That's great.
it's a remarkable story, just in terms of the fact that we always talk about the power of one on this show, and that sometimes there are moms watching who feel like everything isn't working out. Right? And what do I do? And I want to do something. And we always talk to people about it. Once you include other people into the question, when you're helping somebody else, or that's your motive, I don't know why, but it seems like things get easier. And I think that this is remarkable. You have a bachelor's degree in history, and you're currently getting a master's degree, but I'm just going to guess that it was not part of your plan that you were going to have a child with autism and write a book that was to help the autism community and help the greater community to understand and have social acceptance. But what a great story, Iris, for other parents to see and be inspired by.
Thank you so much. Yes, when Barris was diagnosed with autism, I was actually in the middle of my going to school for my bachelor's in history, and I was just, it definitely, I had no idea what autism was, and it was through this journey that I truly feel that it really shaped and changed me into the person and mother that I am today. So it's just been a wonderful and beautiful experience, and that's definitely what I wanted to show in my book, that having a child with autism can bring so much to you as a person, as an individual, to your family, and it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful experience.
And who do you think is the best audience for this book, Iris?
I think anyone who has a child with special needs, a mother, a father, maybe you have a niece or nephew or a grandchild, anyone who you can relate to. And even if you don't have a child with autism, it's a fun and adventurous and classic story. So, but I truly wrote this book to really reach out to parents who feel that they're alone, because you're not alone. There's so many other parents and a huge community out there who understands you and who really want to support you. And that's definitely what my message was for my book, to the autism community and to parents who understand what it's like to have a child on the spectrum.
Then I'll let you speak, I
Okay.
promise. I just want to say, too, that I think it would be sometimes as autism moms, we need to get something for other people's children, our friends who have neurotypical kids.
Right.
What a great gift to give the children, the neurotypical children in your child's life.
Because it teaches them lessons.
Yeah, I think so. What did you want to say, Nancy?
I wanted to ask you if there were plans for other books in this series, or a series of books.
I do plan to continue a series for the Three Brotherteers. I have some other ideas going on that I have. Right now, the boys are transitioning into ninjas. So I've thought, okay, so maybe I could do like a little twist on that with ninjas and just keep it going. And as long as, there's families and children who can enjoy the books, then I will continue to write a series of the Three Brotherteers.
And what are you getting your master's degree in?
History.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I love history, and it's just been a passion of mine, and I just want to continue that and continue to write. I do have other books in mind as well, but I will continue my master's in history.
Well, you're an amazingly positive role model for for special needs families everywhere.
And we want to remind people, irisknightley.com, where you can get more information. It is Knightley with an E at the end. But there it is on the screen for you. And Iris, thank you so much for being with us and for all the work that you're doing.
And say hi to your boys for us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.